Bro, holy shit. Boom, bitch!
I like how bro is wearing a Luffy straw hat and he is doing the exact opposite of what everything Luffy stands for. Like, I want y'all to understand, like, what kind of creature we're dealing with here.
Trying to get as much attention on him and everything like that, right? Trying to just be obnoxious as fuck for whatever reason.
Why? Why? You're making us look bad, pal. Man, you know what? Not even race thing. You're making yourself look bad. Nobody's cleaning up after your shit. You're a pussy. I said you're a pussy. And I gotta catch up a little bit on the lore and just disrespects everyone's culture and just flips it up on their head. Like, I mean, dude was and still is going around publicly disrespecting Shinzo Abe, telling people he's going to bomb Hiroshima again, and just flat out.
Oh yeah, it's this. So it's this guy. Oh my god.
I had a bunch of Japanese people reach out to talk to me about all of this and how it's like impacting society, and it's truly heartbreaking. I have one person in particular who is fighting with everything they got to get this man locked up and deported. But since he moves so slithery and nasty, it's hard to lock him up due to him finding like random loopholes. Like, no matter what, he will find his way out of that situation.
I mean, that's the government. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Just kick him the fuck out. He doesn't have a right to be there. What do you mean? What do you mean he's gonna find a loophole? Just close it. What's he gonna do? Sue him?
People saw him get worse and worse. They took matters into their own hands and said, you know what, forget the police. We're gonna forge our own Twitter accounts and just track everything that he does. Damn. Which is where I get most of my information. Shout out y'all.
Damn, so they're like stalking. Oh my god. The Yakuza literally found his apartment, have been following him around on the bus. I probably would think this was kind of funny, right? Maybe a little bit, I don't know. Like, it's a different world now, so like, how do I know? But like, whenever I was 12, I would like watching like stupid shit like this, right? But like, anybody that's like past puberty, I can't imagine this being funny. You know, kids love clowns. Yeah, kids love clowns.
So he went back to Japan. And with him, he brought two other idiots, Turan, Spidey, and Gene.
They're making content by harassing people. Yeah, exactly.
They went to the forest and started doing rituals. They were drawing pentagrams on pictures of Logan Paul, Shinzo Abe, and a big Japanese streamer. I'm forgetting her name. But they were just in that forest lighting Logan things Paul on fire and also eating bugs for whatever reason. I don't get that one.
Yeah, I do. They were trying to get attention. That's why. So like, this is what they have to do. So like, if they want clout, if they want attention, if they want people to pay attention to them, they have to act like fucking clowns. And if they don't do that, well then nobody's gonna watch.
With me, what I do?
Look at you.
I just can't.
Trying to defend them. They don't like you. Stop defending them.
Just leave people alone. Like,
yeah, it's being a fucking obnoxious. Like, I don't understand, like, I don't get why it's so hard for people to just like not act like that. Like, I've never had a situation where this happens. Like, like, why do you, like, I would never act like that way around these people. But you watch these people? What do you mean I watch these people? I'm not watching them. I'm watching a video about it. What, I'm not watching this? What are you talking about? Are you crazy? Is they go around and they harass people and they're irrelevant and desperate. That's what it is.
Who causing this problem for? Just like walk away. They don't want to be in front of the camera. Like, just cool it. Like, let it be.
Yeah. Hey, you racist. You racist. You racist.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people say you participate in content wheel, part of the problem. I completely disagree. I think that you should absolutely call this shit out. You should 100% call this shit out. Because whenever you ignore bad actors, then they just keep acting bad. Nah, bro. Like, if somebody says some stupid ass shit or does something that you don't like, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, what do you mean? Race car? Bro, they don't really think that they're being racist. They're just saying this to get them mad.
Racist.
I find it extremely ironic that these two are saying, like, you're racist, when those two, like, that is literally the only thing you do. Like, that is it. You are the racist one. You are the problem. These people have 100%. No issue with black people. They have no issue with white folk. They have no issue with no other race. It is just literally you too. And I explain, people just keep going over there harassing Japanese people. They're just, you're just
gonna be racist. Yeah, they're not gonna like, because like, if you no fucking shit. Yeah, you're right.
Gonna set a bad precedence for everyone. Like, stop. You gotta lead by example. Like, you can't keep doing this, guy.
Yeah, I really don't. Like, I don't see how they don't get deported. It doesn't make sense. Because like, they're just going around harassing people in public. Like, why not? Why doesn't Japan just deport them?
Hey, Malcolm X, racist. Hey, racist. Okay. Hey, you, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, man. And what?
All you have to say
don't grab nothing. Oh,
damn. Yep, there it is.
Yeah,
I feel the same way. Like, I don't think that you should ever, like, try to hit somebody to solve a problem. Like, I'm really not about that. I think that's bad. But the end of the day, like, the government should have pulled them the fuck out of there before this even happened, right? It should have never escalated to this point to begin with. I mean, like, yeah, it shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have punched him, but they also shouldn't have been there in the first place, right?
Make love, not war.
People say he's not Muslim or Somali, he's Ethiopian. Bro, who gives a fuck what he is? Like, everybody that's not stupid knows that this guy is not a representative of anything other than clowns. Yeah.
I don't want y'all getting in trouble. We don't need actual innocent people getting yourselves in trouble and like causing public violence because, like, you know, that's illegal.
No, it's the government should step in. Arrested in Japan after breaking into construction site. He finally went too far. This is the guy that we saw before, and basically nobody likes him. And apparently, you know, he's getting he's getting arrested here. This person maliciously went to the country. He planned to just say the most offensive, rude shit possible. He was trying to harass people the entire time, and the truth is that Japanese culture prevailed. The only person who fucking hit this guy, I'm pretty sure, wasn't even Japanese. It's kind of funny that after all of this, it didn't even work. He didn't get any responses out of them, and now he's getting arrested. That's an example for everybody else. This is a hostile, malicious person who tries to harass people for content. He constantly invades people's personal space. He is rude, obnoxious. He tries to start shit with everybody that he goes around. Watch Ludwig video on this. It's good.
You see, in late 2021, I predicted that IRL streaming was going to blow up. You know, end of COVID lockdown. People are
of course, right? Yeah, because people haven't been able to get around. And yeah, for sure. He was right about this.
You might have seen this clip before of Johnny in the trains of Japan harassing people by saying stuff like this.
Yeah, Hiroshima? You know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know why you do this? Pearl Harbor.
Basically going up to anybody he can see in Japan and say, hey, why?
And like literally nobody likes him. And this happened, like, I'm talking about, like, this is 3. And look, by the way, look at the little picture there. It's been a while. It's been a real while that this guy has been cruising for a bruising.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he does this nonstop.
Hiroshima. Nigga, move away, nigga. Nigga, wallahi, we do it again. Wallahi, I swear to God. Wallahi, billahi, wa tallahi.
And that's basically it. That clip blew up, and it gave him a lot of negative attention from people not only in the States, but also in Japan.
Yeah, nobody likes
Johnny's reaction to this?
It's free promo. It's free promo.
He was pumped. Oh, it got so many views. Free promo. This is great for me, which is why I never really talked about it. But finally, justice has been served to Johnny because he got arrested.
Because people like this, there's always a, this is the problem with content like that, is that nobody who was doing stuff like this 5 years ago is still doing stuff like this. And if they are, it's so much drastically different than what they were originally doing that it's completely, it's really not the same.
To talk about that, first I must show you the justice that some people in Japan were taking in their own hands. You see, after that clip happened, Johnny kept doing that sort of stuff. He kept walking up in live streams saying, you know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, trying to get a rile out of those around him. And he stopped doing it because he had a couple instances.
This ain't safe, man. Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
hey, all my real niggas jump in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Yo, you tripping, nigga?
Perhaps he should have heeded the warning from James Lead about that one. It wasn't very safe. It wasn't very safe. He got jumped in Japan. And
just don't grab my camera. All you have to say
don't grab nothing. Oh.
Boom, right there. He gets the double kill. Everybody is like happy whenever this shit happens. But like, you can't live in a society where people act like this all the time, every time they get pissed off, right? Like, this would just be, yeah, we can't have Batmans everywhere. But like, the truth is that it was funny whenever this happened, and I was glad. Police should have got rid of this dude way earlier.
Giving DMCA takedown notices to almost all the videos and clips about like the train incident or any of the other incidents where he's harassing people. He's going crazy on the copyright takedowns. It's very hard to now find those clips. Here's his apology with a vigilante YouTuber Guts, where he's supposed to repeat everything he says. It's embarrassing. This is not an apology. This is a fucking clown show right here.
It's kind of
funny.
funny.
There's even the former Yakuza member.
This is for CX, this is for Paul Dino, Ice Poseidon in Japan.
But listen to him. This is for Paul Donino in Japan. Like he's making a mockery of it. I don't know why anyone's even attempting to get him to pay his respects or make apologies for it. Because what did he do directly after all of those apologies? He went to Tokyo Disneyland, where you're not allowed to IRL stream, with a little microphone or a little speaker that anybody could play any sound off of. And of course, what are the people who are watching him going to play? Yeah.
Who could have ever guessed that? Wow. What a fucking surprise.
Atomic Bomb. He doesn't give a shit, bro. He doesn't care. It is anything for views. And I normally wouldn't talk about this because I don't want to give more attention to him. However, it all ends today. Today, like 12 hours ago. I think they're reading out what happened, calling him a suspect, showing him some of the evidence, and then they arrest him. They turn off his equipment, and as he walks away, he yells, like, "Free Johnny" or something, and there it is. He is now detained by Japanese police. And if you don't know how it works when you're detained by Japanese police, it isn't good. They can detain you for up to 30 days without even charging you. They just keep you in there.
That's what you get.
Even if they don't have an ability to charge, it's just to throw you in their jails for a while and then deport you and never allow you to re-enter the country.
That's smart.
Would definitely be a good thing for the people of Japan for what he is doing. What was the final thing that the police arrested him for? Was it for walking around and harassing people? No, I don't know if that's technically a crime, but it was actually for this clip right here.
What do you do?
Crossed into a construction zone, which is super illegal because it can be incredibly dangerous.
You know that, like, the police were probably so happy he did this? Because, like, you know for a fact they knew about this dude, right? And they were like, fucking finally. All right, let's go get him. Finally, all right, let's go get this piece of shit. We finally have a reason to put him in jail, and nobody's gonna say anything.
I'm just the cameraman. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
He's just the cameraman.
Sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse.
That's a good disclaimer. I'm sure
He's
the
going
Japanese police will
You're also
take
going
that
in with
into
What did I
consideration.
get myself into?
A mistake. You got yourself into a big mistake.
Oh, he's mad. He's getting mad.
And that's the clip.
I love how, like, the construction workers immediately, like, you know, he's all right going up to somebody who's like, you know, it's like just the nighttime and they're there with their girlfriend. They're just trying to relax. But, like, he comes to the construction site. Dude, they're not going to take this shit for a second. You've got to rely on the government to deal with shit like this, right? Especially whenever if there's a market, there's going to be there's going to be a commodity. Always. And so, yeah.
Viral in Japan. It's like a huge news story. You can see here, this is an official Japanese news site, 5 million views. And it says the masked intruder at a construction site has been arrested. There's also an article.
There seems to be a worrying trend now where foreign influencers are treating Japan like it's a cross between Disneyland and The Purge, a theme park where rules don't matter and you can pretty much get away with anything to get the attention they sorely crave. And unfortunately,
this is what happens, right? Everybody is trying to do this because they can make a lot of money doing it. That's exactly what it is. Kick streamers, yeah, they're ruining it for everyone. Oh, they are.
Unfortunately, it seems what better place to exploit people's kind-hearted nature and goodwill for content than here in Japan.
It's very unfortunate that people use the Japanese culture of, you know, politeness and, you know, like low conflict, etc., as a, you know, a green light to be annoying. See, this is what's happening. I saw a picture of this already too. Is that now, because of these assholes, there are a lot of places in Japan that are now like, just don't make videos and live stream here. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to have the pressure, the problems, or anything that comes along with it. And, like, that sucks.
Japan has its own fair share of domestic nuisance YouTubers.
Oh, God. I love that term. Nuisance YouTubers. That is so fucking perfect. Oh, my God. That's the best thing I've heard all day. Nuisance YouTubers. Jesus.
My policy on YouTubers and streamers doing shitty things has always been to ignore them, for fear of bringing them any more attention or notoriety. And I only do so today.
I think it's okay to talk about stuff that, bad stuff that people do. I feel like that's totally fine. I don't like the idea that, oh, you shouldn't talk about this or it draws more attention to it, because I think drawing more attention to it might give it more popularity in the short term, but it also brings it to its ultimate conclusion faster. Because everybody knew this wasn't going to last, right? Everybody knew it wasn't going to last.
End that we'll talk about, Johnny Somali, a kick streamer. He's already reached a high level of notoriety after his recent arrest.
Yeah.
Whether it was standing on a train with a loudspeaker harassing train passengers.
Yep.
Wandering onto a construction site and being thrown off by mortified workers. Or, of course, breaking into a truck for lunch. For 6 months, frustratingly, he pretty much got away with it all.
Why doesn't he go do this over in Dubai? Go do this in Qatar. Yeah, why is it always Japan?
Somali being in the UK, he would have discovered the definition of human punch bag very fucking fast. But unfortunately in Japan, people go about their lives keen to avoid conflict or disputes, especially given how rare it all is. And when people see outlandish, disrespectful behaviour, they're far less likely to confront it than they would in North America or Europe, great extreme. And during this time, I purposely avoided the topic because I just didn't want to bring attention to
Yeah, I also find it to be kind of funny that the only person who finally knocked him out wasn't even a Japanese person. So he didn't even make he didn't even make the Japanese people break and go down to his level. It never even happened. It was just a random other tourist that was finally like, I'm so sick of this guy. Get him the fuck out of here.
What was undeniably his greatest stream. He captured his own demise in real time as the police arrested him and tossed him into a cell where he's been for almost 2 months now. If formally charged with trespassing, he could spend up to 3 years in jail, but that's pretty unlikely, and we can only hope he does get to stream his inevitable deportation sometime.
I do hope they put him in jail for quite a while. I hope they either deport him and they ban him from the country, or they put him in jail for a while. Like, they should get him the fuck out of there. Personally, I hope that they put him in jail for a long time, just because I think it'll be funny. American kick streamer Johnny Somali has been formally charged with a crime in Japan. He will face criminal prosecution for forcible obstruction of business over his live streaming of nuisance behavior inside a beef bowl restaurant in Osaka. He faces a criminal justice system with a 99% conviction rate. Ooh, man, like, that's some bad odds, isn't it? That's some really bad odds. The penalty for obstruction of business is imprisonment for up to 3 years and a fine of up to $3,000. Possible outcome of this case would be a suspended sentence, which would function like probation as Japanese citizen, but will result in deportation for a foreigner such as Johnny. And the Japanese authorities could then ban him from ever re-entering the country. I think that's really what they should do.
This is the same streamer that has been causing havoc in Japan last year. He was arrested and then released last month.
Walking burden to society has just gotten into more trouble with the Israeli police. And it hasn't even been 72 hours since the last video I dropped on him. Yeah. So since then, he's allegedly had an official threaten him with 99 years in prison. He's been taken in for questioning by the police again. And also threatened to sue me on Twitter and use my YouTube ad revenue on...
Oh, what's this? By my Jewish lawyers. What is it with like 80 IQ people and thinking if they have Jewish lawyers, they're gonna win? Because remember that joke, that Rockstar Grand Theft Auto Joker guy said the same thing. It's just crazy.
And I guess when he was finally released from Japanese jail, his bright idea was to go to Israel and start...
I would not have gone there. Like, you should have gone... You know what he should have gone? He should have gone to like, I don't know, like Norway or something like that. Maybe go to, I don't know, like maybe like a nice place in LA. Like, you've got to go, like, yeah, just like England. Yeah, you don't want to go somewhere that's like, dude, they're not going to fuck around with you.
Harassing police officers, all for live stream content. In my recent video, we covered how he absolutely denied that, but unfortunately for him, he's live streaming everything.
Do I look like someone who's to harass anybody?
What did he say? Do I look like somebody who's going to sexually harass anybody? Yeah, for sure.
You holy shit, man. Huh? No. I'm not scared of the police. You think I'm scared of these motherfuckers?
This reminds me of that one picture, and it says, "What are you gonna do? Stab me?" And then it says it's from a guy that got stabbed.
You gotta let him go. You're gonna get a little.
And he said all that after the police allegedly threatened him with this.
You know what the cop threatened me? What? He said 99 years. We'll make sure you don't come back to Israel. I said, I'm Ethiopian. I'm Jewish. You can't come back to Israel. Oh, I have 3,000 viewers. Yo, shout out my gang. Pirate gang in the chat. W sub up.
It's insane to me that someone will happily ruin their lives for 3,000 viewers. The social media world is getting...
Well, that's not true. I think he would have ruined his life for 300 viewers. Yeah, I think that 3,000 is just, you know, kind of like a happy accident there.
I need to get some money for what they did tonight, bro. That was crazy. I didn't expect them to really grab my... They got mad because I'm talking. Oh, tonight was a good night, bro.
Okay, so clearly it wasn't that bad if tonight was a good night. But it seems like in his head, as long as he's getting attention, it's a good night.
Talk about anything. I need to talk to my lawyer.
You don't do?
I'll talk to my lawyer.
You go to the hospital?
I'll talk to my lawyer.
You don't want to speak with me?
I do not want to speak with you guys. I'll talk to my lawyer.
According to the comment I received, those two officers showed back up, and then suddenly there was a news article out that said an American tourist harassed a police officer in the last Mocha protest of Tel Aviv.
So got to keep in mind that, like, the police and the government get pressure put on them because, like, imagine if you're living in that country and some dick sucker shows up and is sexually harassing the women in your country. Well, you're going to want to have the police fuck them up, right? This is not going to last. If the public finds out about this and they're pissed, and, like, you look at it from the perspective of, like, the police chief, what an easy W it is to just get rid of this guy. Oh, nobody likes him? Okay, well, let's just get rid of him. Easy.
At the end of the investigation, on suspicion of interrupting a police officer in the performance of his duties, insulting a public servant, commotion in a public place, and violating privacy, the suspect was transferred to a proceeding with the immigrant authority for a hearing, prior to his deportation from the country for his attribution. Okay, so we have that article that came out claiming that he's about to get deported, but then, a day later, Johnny goes live.
Grab me, throw me into a car, I get punched in the stomach, slapped in the face, slapped, choked, and they're like, you need to apologize to the Magab. You need to apologize to the girl you insulted. It was crazy. They choked me out. And
this did not happen. Where's the fucking marks?
Put me on camera saying sorry now. And I said, never, never, never. You never gonna get some hostage video out of me. You're gonna have to shoot me with that M16. I crashed out.
I doubt it went down like that.
Yeah, I don't think it went down like that either. I don't think it happened. Yeah, I don't think so, man. It's so fake, bro. Who would believe that? It doesn't leave marks? Bro, you choke somebody out, you hit them in the face, it's gonna leave a mark, especially on the same day.
I get put in prison for a night with a bunch of Palestinians and Ethiopians and Russians. I end up taking over the jail. I start doing...
Now, do you believe it's bullshit?
With me because I'm from America. I ran the whole jail. I'm taking hummus. And then I got out after one night, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean. But he's claiming he's leaving Israel on Sunday.
But we're going to be leaving Israel Sunday.
I bet.
But yeah, I'm out. How am I deported if I'm walking around right here? I'm walking around in Israel right now.
Probably because
it's been a great 1 month trip. I'm leaving in 5 days, 4 days, and I think we're gonna go to LA, do no jumper, then I'm going to South America. So yeah, that's the plan. LA, no jumper.
Is he gonna go to South America? Man, that's crazy.
Apologize for my distasteful comments under the influence of alcohol. I am happy to be a guest in your beautiful nation. Thank you for hosting me. Yeah, dude. Blaming alcohol doesn't excuse your garbage behavior. Either way, the guy's gonna crack.
I don't know why, like, so why is it that people think that being drunk is an excuse for it whenever you can get arrested for driving while you're drunk? Wouldn't it be unfair to arrest people for drunk driving? It's like, well, of course he's driving drunk. He was drunk. He made a bad call. He shouldn't have been. Yeah, he was driving drunk. He shouldn't have done that, but he was drinking. So, like, what do you expect? I mean, shit, guys. Mistakes happen.
And so, Ken, what do you do for a living?
Are you a YouTuber?
Look, I'm never going to see you again in my life. Do I really have to tell you my life story? You complete stranger. Go, like, leave me alone.
I don't want to tell you. Someone's asking me questions. I am a YouTuber. Oh, yeah, but I'm not that kind of YouTuber, okay? YouTubers, they're the worst. We know because we are YouTubers.
They sure are.
YouTubers are ruining Japan.
No, not Japan. That was the Holy Land.
Now, it's becoming...
Well, the thing is with Logan Paul is, like... Logan Paul, like, this kind of, like, I mean, this was a certified gamer moment, right? Like, he did really kind of fuck up here. But to be fair, like, everybody said, like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, why are you doing this, dumbass? Like, stop it. You know, everybody was against this. The problem, and it's not like a lot of other people went and copied it either.
That Japan is actually starting to take action. The military of Japan
Thank God.
A drill. Where
the military of Japan, now they're taking it serious. So they're using the military to fight off annoying live streamers. I feel like, you know what? Maybe the military-industrial complex isn't so bad after all. This is
like
good.
Looked around like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything.
Oh, there we go. See, that's what they need to
Yes,
do.
arrest them.
That's perfect.
Yeah, get that YouTuber.
Get the bomb
Even got the bomb squad.
Who knows what they got? They've never cleaned anything.
I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was like an actual YouTuber first, and I'm like, wait a minute, no.
God, it's the hardest part of being a YouTuber is when you copy someone's video and then you got to title it, and you're like, but they got such a good title. Good.
Just use the same title and put Asmongold Reacts. Like, what do you mean? They still haven't figured this out? Jesus, what a bunch of morons, man.
America? Yes.
He's not, by the way.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know what we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You understand?
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are you from? What's your name?
Texas, buddy.
It's just so embarrassing in like 3 ways, you know? It's just so fucking embarrassing.
I love this guy. Texas, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeehaw, mother...
Sue him, threatens to sue hypocrite PewDiePie for saying he ruined Japan.
The last guy everyone's talked about, this idiot. We'll just blur him and not talk about him, but it's still worth seeing the footage because he's such an idiot.
Acting like I'm a terrorist or something. Okay.
There you go, they said it. He is an actual terrorist. But he's been yelling Fukushima, Nagasaki, we will do it again.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki!
Racist against blacks and an anti-Semite. This hypocrite has no room to even discuss me, especially with misinformation and lies. He called me a terrorist. Very interesting use of language that could be racially motivated.
And this is one thing I said about Twitter before. If you want to know what the most popular tweet is going to be, think about something that can make a stupid person feel smart for saying it. That's going to be it. And I've seen a lot of posts like that about PewDiePie. This guy went to South Korea, and apparently the people in South Korea didn't think he was as funny. And you know what was really funny about it? Is he kept spamming the Hiroshima Nagasaki thing. This is in Korea. It's just sad, right? It's really just sad.
If you want to run up, run up. I'm live.
If you
I wasn't scared, I wouldn't be live. I broadcast my live location every day, every night, bro.
All right.
I don't care. Come get
Good
me.
for him.
Come get me.
Go!
What's up?
Damn!
레전드.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, now we're cooking. I think it is a retractable baton, but it would be really cool if it was a sword. Oh no. Oh no.
Is he the Korean Al Gaib, the prince that was promised, or just your typical Korean guy? Raised on Taekwondo, served his mandatory 2 years in the military, with an innate ability to pop out the bushes and take out 2 weak bottoms at the same time. More local Koreans were tracking them down in the streets, snitching.
So now he's like a loot goblin? People are just going after him? Like they're like, oh, I know where he is. He's by the Walmart. Get over there. Let's get him.
As those beatdowns began when the local streamers, angry about how he was helping Johnny, found and surrounded his own.
They're running up on Hank's crib crazy, bro. Y'all not doing this to Hank, bro. No, chat. No.
And again.
What do you mean you're not gonna, like, what does he think is gonna happen?
What's up?
This guy just says, "What's up?" We gotta see that shit. Oh, man. Yep, there it is. That's the best scene, I know. It's on camera, all for sure.
What's up?
Bro, he's coming.
And while this Korean is kicking them,
oh wow,
he's specifically saying this is about Johnny violating those comfort woman statues.
We got you on camera.
Oh, he running inside. That's smart.
This is getting crazy. This is getting crazy.
He gets out of line of sight. He's wearing Crocs. He hiding in the corner.
Then Johnny's
I love how they're chasing him down. Like all of these, it's like this is insane.
Asian Sherpa shows up with his sword.
That's his sword. That's a.
Yeah. Hank. You. 무기 개새끼야.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm hearing reports that he was on the run, refusing to authorize further testing or signing any statements, which sounds a lot like what happened in Japan right before they tossed him in prison. It almost sounds like he sees incarceration as just a cost of doing business, but this is actually going to hurt him. And as I said in my last video, he needs to flee the country. As Korean live streamers are saying, if you 1 million Korean won, which is just find him in the street to receive over $700 US.
Wait, it's only $700? They ain't to do a number squish.
Now an entire genre of Korean live streaming of just searching for Johnny in the streets, as he
was like, where's Waldo?
He is now essentially public enemy number one.
쫓아가긴 했지만 별다른 저항은 하지 않았고
Everybody that would either randomly see him in the streets or see him on stream and track him down would now see him as this piñata person. But instead of
it's a clout piñata. If you punch him enough times, the views come out. This is amazing.
Looks like this not Somalian story is finally coming to an end, as all the streaming sites and all the safe countries ban him one by one. He'll surely return to obscurity where the internet will quickly forget. But unfortunately for him, no matter where he goes in the world, he'll always run the risks that somebody might still recognize him. And if it's anything like what went down in Korea, he will live the rest of his life looking over his shoulder.
Racist nuisance streamer calls for Koreans to swing at him. Koreans promptly respond and turn it into a national sport.
Tomorrow I'm outside for Halloween. Come catch me. I'm outside tomorrow.
찍지 말라고. 찍지 말라고.
No way. No way this dude is about to get spawn camped. No shot.
어디가? Don't touch my shoe. 어디가? Don't touch me, nigga.
소말리 어디가?
Yes, sir.
어디 가냐고.
어디가? What you mean? 어디가?
어디가?
What is 어디가? Yo. What is
Like, you would be like max level and you would follow like a level 77 and then kill them right outside the boundaries. Yeah, like you're waiting at Shatrath for the moment for them to leave and you just got your arm up and you're just fucking sitting there like, all right, bitch. Come on, 2 more feet. Oh man, that sucks. That's bad for him, man. Damn, K-popped his head? I guess so. Johnny Somali apparently might be taking a really long vacation from content creation. It might be a 29-year vacation.
Johnny Somali has officially been indicted by South Korean authorities for obstruction of business. What does that mean for him? Well, he could be looking at up to 5 years in prison, a huge fine, and potential deportation.
Ooh.
Yes, this is as serious as it sounds. But here's where things get really interesting. The South Korean justice system...
Who does this?
But here's where things get really interesting.
Why? How do you do this? Like, why? It's just so weird.
Last week, Johnny was arrested as the investigation began, and officials acted fast. They took his passport, effectively locking him in the country.
Jesus.
Now, after collecting enough evidence, they've officially
What is
charged
he
him.
doing?
This also means his travel ban is extended until after the trial, so there's no way he's leaving Korea anytime soon.
Bro, he's acting like he's 2 years old. You know, somebody flew over the cuckoo's nest. What the fuck is he's crazy? Yes, he's an animal. What is this?
Sorry, I'm black. I'm not gonna drink nothing. I don't drink. Here, sure. No drink. No. Look here. 이거.
Oh my god. I swear to God, like, this is like what little kids do. I think there might be something wrong with him. Yeah, I actually think that there could be something wrong with this person. Low IQ? Thinking like mid-70s? Somewhere around there?
Right to say you should never have kids.
Since you are eating raw ramen with hot water, why don't you pour the hot water down your pants to kill your sperm cells? It's cheaper than a vasectomy. Your father was right to say you never should have kids. Your father was right. Your father was right. You're throwing it around. Ugh. Who is this guy? She's not bald.
I did not drink it, you stupid. Fuck you. Fuck you, Chinese. Fuck you.
He's in Korea. Why is he calling her Chinese? Calling the people there Chinese. In South Korea. He doesn't know where he is? Oh my God. Average American. Don't put this on me. Oh God.
He tried to dodge the consequences with a fake apology, but no one is buying it.
Nobody
Why?
believed that.
Well,
I
watch
wonder
this to
why.
find out.
So to all the people of South Korea, I just want to apologize for what I've done, and I really did not mean to hurt your guys' pride this much. You guys are good people. You guys
Your
are great
guys
people.
is. So we're thinking about like somewhere around 75 to 80. Yeah, I think probably 75 to 80 IQ. About like the, you know, room temperature. 50.
And for the
Ooh,
most part,
that's a
other
cold
than
room.
Mr. Navy SEAL here, I've had a great experience with a lot of the South Korean people, and it was not my intention to really hurt you guys, and I hope you guys can accept my apology. So when I saw this statue, I came upon it on my stream. At first, I really didn't even know what it was. So now
I believe
after I
that.
see the reaction from the Korean people, I see that it really hurt you guys, and my intention in coming to Korea was not to cause this kind of shitstorm. My intention was to come here, do my live streams, make content, and be funny.
Sounds remorseful, right? But here's the thing. He claimed he didn't know the statue's significance. Yet, in a previous clip, Johnny is seen talking about the significance of these statues. He even made sure to highlight it during his live stream. This
Japan
shows
hates this thing.
he did know exactly
Right here,
what it symbolized.
make sure to fucking show it.
For Koreans.
Japan hates this thing.
Oh my God, yo. This is what I was looking for. Japan hates this thing. Right here. Yeah, make sure to show it. Japan hates this thing. I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. And everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
I think that there's a very good probability that he actually doesn't know any of the historical context, and somebody just told him that there are statues there that make Japanese people mad, and he said, okay, let's get down to brass tacks here.
They're gonna clip that. You don't know the significance of that statue. You don't know the significance of that statue.
Here it is. I do.
Japan's trying to remove those all over the world.
But why?
God, you should have seen their faces, chat, when they saw this pop up on the screen. They said, oh.
So his apology starts to feel less like genuine remorse and more like damage.
Yeah, he says Japan hates these statues. I actually think that's all he knows.
This is for Johnny Somali. So Johnny, not only are you pissing off Koreans all over the world, but you just pissed off a lot of the wrong people. Don't come back to America, Mr. Somali. It's your only warning. How many do you want to lose, Johnny? Because the price that you need to pay playing
This guy looks like he's like the villain towards the beginning of a Metal Gear Solid game.
your family and everyone you're f***ing goddamn connected to.
You gotta watch your back. We're not to be f***ed with. You f*** with us in LA, we go on the roofs and literally snipe you motherfuckers. You f*** with us in...
Oh my fucking god, he's bringing up the LA riots.
He's a nuisance streamer who travels around the world just getting his ass beat. He is literally...
It's kind of funny, isn't it?
Like a piñata that gets delivered to different countries for the citizens to beat up and take some anger out
he's
on.
a loot goblin.
Because he's a racist asshole who does his best to disrupt society and make everyone's lives around him miserable. It's justified that people just beat his ass because he is just this miasma of cringe and just in general piece of shit.
This is my favorite fucking one. Johnny Somali accused of violating anti-terrorism laws after South Korean bomb scare? No shot. There's no way. His latest alleged crime was revealed by YouTube lawyer Legal Mindset, while his stream's text-to-speech kept repeating, "I have a bomb," over and over while walking through the train. Under South Korea's anti-terrorism laws, carries a max penalty of 7 years in jail.
나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 나에겐 폭탄이 있다. 나에겐 폭탄이 있다.
I'm sorry.
나에겐
What a surprise.
What does it even say? Oh, I don't know. Just go. Sorry, bro.
Oda Nobunaga?
Oda Nobunaga. No, Oda Nobunaga.
Let me guess. This is North Korea? Yep.
Everyone's looking at me.
Yep, I hope that they crucify this guy. He's facing a litany of charges from assault, disturbing the peace, to illegal drug use. The maximum prison sentence for illegal drug use alone is 10 years.
After Johnny Somali and his two buddies were taken down by one Korean dude, a literal line of other Koreans formed, asking to fight him next.
Bro, this guy's a loot goblin.
Be prepared to see me.
Until a Korean Navy SEAL...
Jesus, so...
She has nearly 4 million subscribers.
That's a lot.
With 1.8 million views on this video in the first week. And even though I've seen similar numbers recently, Rotten Mango or Stephanie Sue is in the top 100 on Apple Podcasts.
That's a lot.
And even ranked number 17 on Spotify with the second most watched true crime podcast. So even though me, Asmongold, and Abba and Preach have received millions of views sharing much of the same audience and repeated viewer, but Stephanie Sue in the Rotten Mango podcast introduces Johnny's crimes against Korea to millions of other
Asmongold? I don't know.
people, which is only going to apply further pressure to the Korean government to do something very uncharacteristic and absolutely throw the book at an American.
Send him to North Korea. Here's what would be the problem. Like, what would, but like, because there is also a situation where Johnny Somali gets sent to North Korea and he becomes a national celebrity there and they love him because he made fun of South Korea and he was making fun of them. Like, because like, think about that. That would be probably even fucking funnier, right? No shot. Yeah, what if he goes to North Korea and they like him?
Or Ramzi Khalid Ismail, with Dexerto stating he's facing up to 7 years in jail for sharing AI-generated content, putting his previous actions under a microscope, which now may actually lead to terror charges. I hope those...
Bro, he gonna be a terrorist? Oh my god.
$3 super chats
going
were
to
worth
Guantanamo
it, as
Bay.
he's been basically begging...
I think that that would be the most entertaining outcome. If Johnny Somali gets exiled to North Korea, and because of his disrespect of South Korea, North Korea loves him, and he becomes a national celebrity. That is the most entertaining thing that could happen.
And he starts stripping off his shirt. He's trying to dance all up on this female figure, rubbing baby oil onto her.
Baby oil? Why are people... What's this baby oil thing, man? Who does this?
And to make it worse, that statue is supposed to be of a kid, which may make his dance a much more serious crime. Best case, I guess, is he's featured on the #2 crime podcast in the world. Then the mainstream news media picks it up, and now you're going viral for making a video doing very suggestive things to a statue of a kid. Was specifically made to commemorate how foreigners committed crimes against kids. So he thought he was being funny to idiots online when he was really reopening one of the most sensitive issues in South Korean history and now making it about him. After he was streaming...
This is where he got the ramen noodles.
...alongside some girl, recording himself vandalizing another guy's home. Johnny later displayed to his live stream AI-generated videos of him hooking up with a female streamer, which violates a brand new bill specifically made to charge people with those videos up to...
like, bad timing. Really bad timing. Like, dude, yeah, this guy is done.
7 years in jail. So some Korean politician is about to boost their entire career off this incident, as there was never a worse time to be this ignorant to local laws. And I don't think Johnny's intentionally speedrunning going to prison, but if he was, I don't think he would do anything different. As Dexerto previously reported, he was facing 10 years in jail, which started...
those were the good days for him. Now it's up to like 20 or 30.
The convenience store wasn't the only place he bothered workers. He also bothered other streamers. He bothered random buskers. He and his stupid Korean friend bothered random girls in the streets.
Hey girls, you want me on stream? My friend stream.
And shouting at old ladies just begging for change.
Get lost.
Yelling at homeless women. Bro, oh man, who is this guy?
So I feel no sympathy for him,
they put him
as
in
he
jail
may
too.
have legal issues of his own,
Yeah,
and he's pretty much earned it. Hanging out with a guy that literally despises his entire existence.
I like to make content that makes people violent. I hate Asians. I think all Asians need to be exterminated. Somebody please put this on the news tomorrow.
Oh my god. I guess this was probably before the court case.
South Korea's National Intelligence Service visited Johnny Somali, who told him he was under investigation for the National Security Violation Act. Gee, could it be because Johnny Somali supports North Korean communism and wants South Korea nuked?
Yeah, he literally said, I love Kim Jong-un. I hope he nukes this shit when I leave.
Reminder, Ramsey faces a total of 4 charges.
That's a lot of charges.
2 counts of obstruction of business and 2 violations of the Minor Crimes Act. Today, he pled guilty to 1 count of obstruction, convenience store.
I remember that one.
And 2 counts of the Minor Crimes Act, dead fish harassment, and disrupting subway/bus.
Oh my god.
All right, now
Ramsey thinks he got away with not being noticed at some things he did. The judge noticed. And the judge was like, what the
What did he do?
So it got you past that picture.
Korean prison for 10 years. I think maybe South Korea, in an effort to restore some degree of diplomatic relations with North Korea, they could make like a system to where if they really don't like you and you're like a foreigner and you come to Korea and you cause problems, they send you to North Korea and then North Korea deals with you. And like North Korea can take these people and basically just be like, it's like a punishment, right? Put them in a work camp or something like that.
Johnny Somali saying, why was Johnny Somali 1 hour late to his South Korean court hearing? Why else? He was ticked drunk. A few hours before his appointment, he decided to get drunk. Now, I'm not going to play this full clip either because like I'm being nice to you guys. It's just sickening. It's disgusting. And I regret watching it. The guy's like licking liquor off the floor, like sucking it off the floor, and it's just nasty.
I'm giving y'all the first viral moment tonight.
So true. What was he saying?
Yeah, so there's also a part where he spills the liquor, starts licking it off the floor, then spits some of it up. It's even more disgusting. And at some point, almost pukes, and you get the point. Typical Johnny Somali stuff. But hey, at least he's got his bros in chat with them, like this one that says, he's not going to miss court. Let him chill with all of us until he feels like he needs to stop or sleep a bit or whatever.
How do you simp for this guy? How do you simp for this? Of all the things, what is going on? They want to see him fail? Okay, you think that they're trying to edge him along and like they're basically trying to enable the bad behavior. They're like, it's okay, Johnny. No, you know what would really taste good? That liquor that's right next to you. Why don't you drink some more of it? Your court case isn't for another 45 minutes. You could probably drink the whole bottle before then, right? And you're not driving. Oh, you are driving. Okay, well, they have autopilot on the cars, right? Yeah, no, you'll be fine. Just go ahead, drink the whole thing. Yeah, sure, it's actually real. Hopefully that's what's happening, right? Living vicariously through him? Living is probably not the best term for it, but yes. Disrespectful IRL streamer now facing 31 years. Oh, God. Well, We watched the fucking around, and now we're all finding out. Johnny Somali's reign of terror is coming to an end. Uh-oh. Already watched this? No. It's if you can believe it, it's actually got even worse. I know. I'm shocked. But here we go. Let's take a look at it.
Things are now absolutely terrible for the disrespectful IRL streamer who's now stuck in South Korea because he just got hit with another deepfake charge, which adds an additional.
Deepfakes, by the way, in South Korea are like it's really bad. They don't like those at all. They don't like deepfakes in South Korea at all.
Grand total of prison time that he's currently facing is 31 years in a South Korean prison.
Yeah.
And he just admitted all.
Do you think that it is worth it? At this point, no.
I mean, come on. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Wow.
Overall,
he's starting to realize
he is stuck in South Korea for the foreseeable future. Because, I mean,
31 years. Bro, this guy went over there and he thought he was on a private server, and it turned out that it was a hardcore solo self-found. And they found him.
Nothing's really going to happen to me. Nothing ever happens.
I feel bad
I'll be
for
out
him.
in no time. A couple months later, he's lost a lawyer. He's still stuck there, and new charges are dropping pretty much monthly at this point. I don't know if he's going to get let off the hook as quickly as he thought. Doing about 3 months of jail in Japan, absolutely does not learn his lesson. Goes to Israel, gets detained a bunch, gets a bunch of.
What a fucking idiot, bro. Like, what a dumbass. I can't believe he survived that? Yeah, I know.
He still wants the attention. And a lot of people have been asking me, hey, why isn't he currently arrested in South Korea? Well, South Korea apparently operates very differently, especially when it comes to foreigners. Apparently, they don't want to spend the taxpayers' money on taking care of Johnny. They want to put that burden to provide for himself on Johnny. So now...
So they don't even give a fuck. They said, yeah, we're not even going to take care of you. People do things like this because they think they can get away with it. And once you show that people can't get away with it, it's unfair for him, but it's for the better for everybody.
So until recently, he's had 5 charges that stuck and then 1 that got dismissed. 2 of them are misdemeanors. 2 of them are obstruction of business felonies, which hold a maximum of 5 years each in prison. Then you have 1 deepfake charge, which has a maximum of 10.5 years in prison.
Jesus.
And just now, they added another deepfake charge, which adds another 10.5 years of potential prison time in South Korea. So he's now facing a maximum of 31 years in prison. And I guess after all this, he's slowly starting to realize that he's ruined his life.
I talked to my mom this week, and she was like, really just like, you need to stop drinking. Like, it's really...
I don't think drinking is your problem at this point. And this video is called 15 Minutes of Shame. Yeah, I feel like drinking was the problem. That's not the problem anymore.
You know what I mean? Like, alcohol is definitely the reason why I've done so many great. And it's
Everything that you've done wrong is because of alcohol. That's so true. None of it's your fault. The alcohol made you do this. You didn't even want to do it. I love how he's getting gassed up by like 15, 12-year-olds in chat that are telling this guy not to back down while he's ruining his life and speed-running a jail sentence for 31 years. Like, they're like, don't give up, Johnny. You can do it. Oh, he went to jail? Oh, okay. Anyway. And then these kids just immediately forget about this kid. This guy, he's rotting in Korean jail after getting gassed up by 12-year-olds. It's so fucking funny.
It doesn't bring anything positive to my life. You know what I mean?
It doesn't bring any positive.
I can make good content without drinking alcohol, like, easily.
When Johnny is sober, he actually has some fairly reasonable takes. But that didn't really last for too long because, according to 15 Minutes of Shame, 1 single hour later, he was already drunk streaming.
Come party with us. It's a quiet hour.
How do you do this? How is he this much of a fucking retard? Really? This is amazing. How does this happen?
Yes, you did. I'm lying to you. It isn't one. All right, come hang. Don't. Can you dance with Diddy?
He even knows. He's like, this is a bit much, guys. What a fool. Yeah, exactly. This isn't it's the first one. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Okay, it's not.
Why are you like drinking so much, man? Come on.
Listen to Diddy with me, please.
All right.
Listen.
I mean, Hank
so this
here
guy is getting drunk and he wants to listen to Diddy.
Just acting like a disappointed father, and this is Johnny's only lifeline in Korea. Why would he be actively trying to burn this bridge? I guess he just can't help himself. The reason I say this is in an interview, they actually admitted that Johnny has ran out of money, and Hank is his only lifeline, even though Johnny will still go on and on about saying, oh, I actually have money, and I'm not broke.
Everybody says this. All of these streamers that survive on only drama. None of them actually have any fucking money.
I stay with Hank, so I don't really have expenses for living.
But here's the reality of the situation.
I have sacrificed my finances. You know, like I've actually, like Johnny ran out of money because they refused Johnny to work. So I've been actually providing.
So they don't let Johnny work? I wonder why.
He's been helping me a lot. He's been helping me with not only like legal fees and stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Why would you do this, Hank? You think you're being a good person? You're not. You don't have to do this.
He's helped me pay for a lawyer
Hank,
and
stop
stuff like that. And he's a great friend. Like honestly, I respect him for that.
Hank must be a Christian.
When I get out of here, a lot of it I do owe to Hank.
When I get out of here, ever the optimist.
He's a real man.
Yeah. So not to mention that I sacrificed my time and space here, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that all he says is he respects Hank for that? Dude, if it wasn't for Hank, from what we're hearing, he would be homeless. Apparently, he was starving before Hank took him in.
And I actually fed him back to health, too.
What?
Hank was very unhealthy.
Okay. Yeah, very skinny. Hank claims when I was living on my own in Korea, I was very skinny and gaunt, you know? Because maybe my diet was not good. But Hank is definitely... People now on the internet are saying I have like a gut and man boobs now because Hank has been feeding. I've been on the Hank diet, and Hank has been feeding me so well.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for not letting me starve. Bro fist for that one.
Because I believe that helping Johnny was right. Thank you.
Why? Why would you think that?
His mom hates you. Your mom hates you, right?
Yeah. My mom hates you. My
based
grandparents hate you.
Based.
And you said, despite all that. He's my friend, and wrong is being done to him, and I'm going to make sure that he gets out of Korea safely.
Yeah.
Why would you ever destroy your own life and ruin your standing with your own family?
I don't understand it. Yeah, why would Hank do that? Yeah, what is that?
We actually predicted who this lawyer was. We had a leak. Ramsey gave a leak about who this lawyer was. We now know officially the lawyer is Choi Gwang-ho. Or Gwang-ho Choi. Choi is his family name. So that is the lawyer that has registered. He is a tax attorney.
I think he's going to be doing more than 31.
He has not been inside a criminal courtroom in 20 years.
Jesus, take the wheel.
His whole big legal talk, his whole big legal strategy was, we're going to settle with Bong Bong. We're going to settle with the female victim. We're going to pressure her. And they wanted to threaten her, because she showed the image on her stream as well. She showed it to show how mad she was about it, being like, this is wrong, right? So he tried to blackmail the victim. And not only did that fail, it literally backfired in his face.
I can't believe it. I'm just kidding. I can believe this. I knew this was going to happen. Everybody, Yep, that's exactly it. Smart strategy. He's a retard. The thing is that, what do you get from a retard tree? Retarded fruit.
Hell no. Yeah. We're going to double down and give you another one. And by the way, there will be no settlement on that one because it's with the Korean YouTubers that you are literally attacking and threatening with defamation. Remember, guys, Hank and Johnny have been threatening to sue the Korean YouTubers to sue, and you are suing. You literally said you're suing them. You were threatening Dalgoon. You're threatening other people. Do you think they're going to come to some settlement with you? By the way, that doesn't even...
It's just an idiot.
Really work in Korean court. Yeah. Even if they were to say,
the prosecutor is like top 10 prosecutors in all Korea and a woman.
We agree.
He's so dumb.
The prosecutor could still bring
so
it.
Dumb.
Even after making all the mistakes in Japan and all the mistakes in Israel.
Yeah, just shut up and they would have deported you. All you needed to do was shut up and not cause any more problems, and they would have said, just get the fuck out of here and don't come back. That's all he had to do. And he wasn't able to do that. And now he's going to jail.
With somewhat of a slap on the wrist. Instead, he does the polar opposite. He disrespects the judge, the prosecutor, the victims, the people covering.
Wasn't he trying to show up to the court case in the KKK outfit? But then for some reason, I think he couldn't find one, so he had to just show up with like a random, like some bullshit on. He was drunk too.
That's not going to give you any leniency with a judge. I mean, the dude is just playing the worst cards possible as a social experiment to see how the Korean justice system will handle that. But for every day that passes, it seems like the penalty is going to be harsher and harsher. Then to make things worse for himself, apparently, he lost a lawyer.
Just today, we had the public defender step down. That is likely, they were actually removed from the case. That means they weren't the ones who petitioned it. It was the court that did it, probably because he no longer qualifies for a public defender. When you have a private attorney, that typically disqualifies you from having a public defender. So it appears that he was disqualified from that.
Hey, guys. You got that bad luck protection building up, right? You ever played Genshin? You ever played Wuthering Waves? Honkai Star Rail? Bro, he's building up that bad luck protection. He's gonna get it this time for sure. He's got that pity timer coming up.